Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So I'm coming to you from a new location. I am in my living room and I just wanted to sit on my couch and like talk to you guys. So today's video is going to be a book review on Empire of Storms by Sarah J. Maas. Now I know this is weird to be doing like a review on the 5th book and I haven't reviewed the others, but they've been out for a while, so I just thought it was weird to like start from the beginning and be like, this is what I thought of Throne of Glass and this is what I thought of Crown of Midnight. And yeah, you know, but I really wanted to talk about this book, so I'm just going to talk about Empire of Storms, but I will put some links of some reviews of the previous books that I really liked. And yeah, so I'm just gonna get started. This book will probably have spoilers for the previous books, and it's all gonna just be spoiler. So if you've read the book, then watch this video. If you have not, read it. Like, I can't even bear to not give spoilers. So this is just all spoilery. I'm sorry, but yeah, I mean, if you've been reading this series, you should read this one. Like, I feel like at this point there shouldn't be a no spoiler section. And yeah, I haven't written any notes. I finished this book yesterday around noon. I have so many thoughts jumbled in my head, so if this video is all over the place, then I am so sorry. The only place that I wrote kind of a review is as soon as I finished reading it, I wrote my Goodreads review, and so I will have my Goodreads link down below and we can be friends on there and talk about it. But I wrote like some parts of it and I'll probably reference back to that as we get into the video. But yeah, I'm gonna just stop talking because I feel like this is gonna be a long video and I'm so excited. Okay, let's get into the video. Alright, so I'm gonna pull up my Goodreads review and remember the things that I said. But first of all, I love this book. It was absolutely amazing. It was crazy. Of course, like every single Sarah J. Maas or Maas book that I've read, I cannot put the book down. But this is the first time that I've actually found some things in the book that I did not like. So I think first I'll start off with the things that I did not like. If you see me looking down, it's because I'm trying to pull up my review on my Goodreads on my phone. So, yes. But the first thing that I did not like is in this book, I really started to not like Adian. I thought he was really annoying, and I understand that he was really hurt because, you know, Aelin is kind of super obsessed and preoccupied with Rowan, and of course being queen and trying to fight, you know, Erewhon, I think that's how it's said, and also trying to fight Maeve and just trying to get her kingdom back for them. So she's a little preoccupied and she's found love and all this craziness. And then, so I understand that Adian's hurt and he kind of feels lonely. He's kind of put second, which also really annoys me about Aelin because the way their bond seemed to be, they were like so close and they keep describing them as two sides of the coin or whatever. And so I just felt like she kind of put him second, and he felt like he was put second because honestly he was. And I understand that Rowan, you know, is her true love, and later we find out that Rowan is her mate, which duh. I understand all of that, but then just like, I don't know, I just didn't like it. And then he's slowly like falling for Lysandra, but he's also dealing with all the crap with his father, and he was just crotchety and mean. Like when he was talking to Aelin and he was being such an asshole when they were about to come into contact with all the like Ilsham, or I forget what they're called, those crazy 8-foot like monster things, and he's like, where's our backup and where's our forces? I was like, who the fuck are you, Adian, to question the Queen of Tarasin? Like, who are you? Who were you? So I just was like, I had a lot of feels about Adian in this book. Like, I felt sorry for him, and then sometimes I felt mad at him because he was just always angry. But I totally understand that he's coming from a very hurt place because honestly, I am very like sad that Aelin gave Rowan, you know, the blood oath when that's all Adian wanted his whole life. Like, it just makes me sad, and like I understand why Aelin did it, but it just makes me so sad, and I'm honestly like angry that Adian didn't get it. So some other things that I didn't like about this book is slowly the like facts and like the world started to blend with the fairy world that we see from the A Court of Thorns and Roses series and A Court of Mist and Fury. Like, a lot of things were similar, like when they finally do it and like all the magic is like a part of it. Like that was very, very reminiscent of the sex scene and of Court of Mist and Fury. Also the secret marriage thing. So like in Court of Mist and Fury, like Feyre secretly marries Rhys, you know, and then in this book Aelin secretly marries Rowan, so now Rowan's the king of Tarasen. And then like in the other book, Feyre is now, you know, Lady of the Night Court, or I forget what it's called. So that was very similar. And then also basically the territorialness and the fairiness, which I get is kind of something that's across in all fairy books. Like just fairy men are very territorial, but it just felt a little like reminiscent of the book. And I loved how she would really separate them. Like in the A Court of Thorns and Roses thing, like iron is not something that prevents fairy power, but then in this book it does. So it was like she was very distinct about it, and now they're starting to blend a little, which I don't like. Also the part about Elide, how she can't read, just like Feyre, and how she can't read. So it was just like I was a little disappointed with that, because I used to be really, really proud that she was able to have two very distinct fairy worlds. Okay, so now let's get into the things that I was excited about. Another thing that kind of disappointed me is I thought this was the last book in this series, and because I personally hate when series start to get super, super long, and then they kind of lose their focus, and I usually don't like them anymore. Now, this book didn't do that. I still loved it as much as the other books, but I'm really, really scared of it happening. So I don't know if the 6th book is the last book, or if there's going to be 7 or 8, but like same thing that happened with the House of Night series, if you're familiar with that. Like there's like 12, 13 books, and you're just like, oh, this is going to shit. So I'm really, really scared of that, but I will keep my faith in Sarah J. Maas, and I will trust her, because this book was absolutely amazing. Usually books that are like kind of the bridge before a big battle, like she still has to fight Erewhon, and she kind of fought Maeve, but usually those books that are like the building bridge before like the big, usually they're really, really boring, and it's a lot of like preparing. But no, Sarah J. Maas, she gave us all the goodness. There were tricks and surprises, there were battles, there was awesome strategy, there was love and lust, and there were so many love stories going on, I just couldn't even like keep track. Like Elide and Lorcan, I was so happy about that. And then when at the end, when Lorcan like didn't do anything to save Aelin, and Elide was like, I hope you're unhappy for the rest of your life, I was like, burn. And I just like felt it in my soul, and I'm so sad, because she finally got Lorcan to kind of be emotional and kind of open up, and it was really, really sweet. So I loved that. And then this Manon and Dorian thing, that's interesting. I think they kind of make a cute couple, but I don't like how Dorian's personality has changed. I understand why after everything he's been through, but I do miss the sweet reader and lovable Dorian. I don't think I like this hardened king, you know, with a dark heart who wants like, you know, a witch. But like not thinking about his character change and like arc and everything, I like them together as a couple. I think they're really cute. I like how he challenges Manon, and how Manon's always been like the dominant one, but Dorian's like, nah, B. Like I love that about their relationship, so I'm excited to see where that goes. And then like this book just had so many good relationships. I love the growing relationship with Lysandra and Aedion. So hopefully in the next book, Aedion will finally like find some happiness, find some love, and stop being so down on himself. Like I really, really want that for him, because I really, really love him as a character. And then, oh my god, let's talk about Manon and her 13, because I love Abraxos, I love Astrid and Sorrel, and I love the whole 13. And that was so freaking crazy when you find out that Manon is not only a Blackbeak, but she's a half, is it Crochin or Crocken? I'm not sure how that's gonna be pronounced, how that's actually pronounced, but that she's half and like she's a queen. And I'm like, oh snap, everybody's got territories, everybody's a queen. Like it was crazy, and I hope they rip her grandmother to shreds. And also Iskra, yes, I hope Iskra gets her ass beat because it's coming. But I mean, she actually was telling the truth. Like, Manon is a witch killer and she did it to save Dorian, but I like that she has some good in her heart and that she's actually changing for the better. And you know, obviously they're gonna break the curse and she's gonna bring all the witches together and she's gonna be like the matron now because she's the badass bitch. Like, fuck her grandma. It's time to die. It's time to go. But I'm also really confused about her role in all of it, because you know, when they find the lock that turns out to be a mirror that gives Aelin the memory of basically what her destiny is and how she's supposed to be a sacrifice for the gods and also to bring Erewhon with them, I don't understand Manon's role. Like, it's like, I get the riddle, it's like the two queens, you know, iron and fire, I get that, but it's just like, it seemed like all of it was gonna be put on Aelin's shoulders. It's like, Aelin has to die, Aelin has to be the one, so why did we bring Manon? Like, why is Manon in the memory? Like, why? I just really don't understand her purpose in all this, because it's not fair. I don't want Aelin to die, and I'm hoping Sarah J Maas does some crazy shit and there's like a loophole, because like, just no way. Like, I just, like, please don't do this to me. My heart can only take so much. Like, just please don't do this to me, Sarah J Maas. Like, I will be very, very upset. I don't want anyone to die, but I just feel like someone has to die, and that will be really, really painful. And also, let's talk about Maeve. Maeve is crazy. I hate her. All this scheming and plotting so she can be like living forever and take over the world, or like whatever her motivation is. Like, basically she just wanted to use the keys for her own devices because she saw that Rowan and Aelin would be a force to be reckoned with. Like, how evil and how dirty. Like, just because they were a force to be reckoned with doesn't mean they were going to take everything from you. I mean, they were basically showing that their kids would rule the world. But, like, you've lived for thousands and thousands of years. Like, you couldn't just let someone else be happy. Like, you had to plot this whole thing and ruin them and make Rowan think he mated with, like, Lydia or whatever her name was. And just, like, ugh, it was so sad. And I was just so upset with all of that. Like, I wasn't a fan. I also, back to Lorcan and Elide. Sorry that this is crazy and out of the way, but I like their story and I like where Elide's character is going, how she's becoming stronger, how she is guarded by that god that gives her, like, knowledge and everything, and I like that her personality is coming out and she's getting a backbone. I'm really excited to see if she, like, gets some powers or something, because they keep aloofing, like, that will happen. It's like there was this part where they describe it that Elide looked so mad that Manon thought she'd, like, sprout claws right there. Like, okay, is that gonna happen? Is she gonna show some witch powers, or is she just gonna be, you know, this broken, twisted foot lady of Paran for the rest of her life? Like, I love the fact that she has that knowledge and she's super smart and clever to get out of situations, but I do want her to be able to defend herself and be a badass bitch like everyone else, because that's, like, a theme with Sarah J Maas. Like, all the women, they're badass bitches, okay? Speaking of a badass bitch, my favorite character besides Aelin and Rowan is actually Lysandra. I have loved so much how her character has grown. Just like the shifter thing, I love the imagery and seeing her as a sea dragon, and then she can turn into a wyvern, and then, like, those weird creatures and that temple thing. Like, I just love where her character has gone and how strong she has become. I mean, she's always been strong, but she's had to be, like, secretive about it, and she's super coy, and I just love her so much. And I love that Adian loves her, and that she finally won't have to be a tool anymore, and that she will get to find love. Overall, I love Aelin and I want to get her back because I think she's the most clever thing in the world. I love the ending where, you know, the sad part where Maeve like whips her and puts her in this box, and like I was weeping. Like I was in my bed crying because I was like, no, 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 no. I was like, Rowan, hurry up and save her. Like, do not let Maeve drag her to that continent to treat her like a slave. Like, she has had enough. Like, I am so done with all the horrible things that are happening to Aelin. And then she has to go through all these horrible things, and then she just gets to die. Like, what? I'm so done. So that part was just like ripping me to shreds. I knew she gave the keys to Manon. Like, there was no way she was gonna let Maeve get away with that shit. But I really loved at the end where all the people came to repay their debts to her, and it just shows like what an amazing person she is. Even though she's crazy and like they think she's mean or she's got the wildfire, like they still know that she's amazing and they're willing to fight. And I'm just like, that part was beautiful, like seeing everyone like come and on those shores of Ilwi, I don't know how to pronounce it, and they're just ready to go back to Tarasen and defend it for her. I personally am not a fan of Lysandra like posing as her and then making her future offspring. Like, no, 100% not a fan of that, so that needs to go. Like, not a fan. As much as I love Lysandra, I wasn't cool with that, just like Adian. And I wonder what happened to I forgot his name, not Vernon, but the one that Erewhon, whose body he was in before. And then they describe how he's in a new body. Like, I wonder what happened to the guy. Like, did he die? Did he kill him? Like, is that over? Like, everyone just kind of forgot about him. Like, I get he was like evil and everything, but everyone's just like, oh, Erewhon has a new body, now we gotta kill this guy, you know? So it's kind of weird. And I wonder whose body he's in, like if that person is significant or anything. But I'm excited for the next book. I'm excited to see. I thought the book was magical, and I love Sarah J Maas for always giving me something beautiful to read. Every single book that I've read by her, as soon as I finish the last page, I've turned back to the first page and reread the book. I think that's all I have to say. Guys, seriously, let me know about your feels. Like, I totally want to talk about this. I can't stop talking about it. My friend Noelle is reading it right now, and I'm like, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up, so we can talk. So if you've read it, if you've loved it, if you kind of have the same criticisms about the blurring between the books. I saw some people on Twitter talking about it, so I was like, I think it's not just me that noticed the blur. So I'm like, but yeah, that is everything for my video. Sorry if this was really long and rambly and that I talked fast, but I'm really excited. But I do apologize. If you did like this video, regardless of those facts, please give me a thumbs up and make sure to subscribe to my channel. I am crazy with my last year of university. Hi. Oh, why?
Oh, because I don't want to mess you up.
It's my roommate, Rosa. Okay, bye. Thank you.
See you later.
Bye. But yes, if you like this video, make sure to give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more book reviews. Love you guys, and thank you for all the subscribers that I've had and that I've gained this summer. I think you guys are amazing, and I appreciate you and your friendship and being able to talk to you. So yeah, I will talk to you guys in my next video.